Hey, it's Jeffrey,
And Elizabeth.
and this is our second edition of Staying Connected with the Good People at Frankston. And we just got a message in from Jess and Lester. Let's listen to it.
Hi everyone, this is Jess, Lester, and Diana. We are well and safe. Our family here is doing well, but the ones in India are struggling with their total lockdown. Overall, we are gracious and thankful to God for all He does and is doing for us. Thank you.
Now, don't forget to send us some messages and we'll send it out so people can keep you in their prayers. Now, if you were going to church tomorrow, you would be listening to a really good preacher. And Claudia asked her to speak on Psalm 130.
Out of the depths I cry to you, Lord.
I had a look at this and I reckon this song sounds like an old man who wants to give good advice to all of his grandchildren. Have you noticed how in modern day TV series we always seem to end with the family around the table and some old codger telling them how to live their lives? This is my favorite family. If you remember the 70s, do you remember the 70s? That was the Waltons. Now, if I was to do a 4-point outline, I would start with this. Here's the old guy talking to his kids, and he's saying, at some point in your life, you're going to ask the question, where is God?
Out of the depths have I cried unto thee, O Lord. Lord, hear my voice. Let thine ears be attentive to the voice of my supplications.
The second point I would make is that there is nothing more important than God's willingness to forgive sin. Over the next few months, you're going to hear all sorts of conspiracy ideas. You're going to hear all sorts of weird and wonderful teachings, but you come back to the heart of God. What is it? He wants reconciliation with you.
If you, O Lord, kept a record of sins, O Lord, who could stand? But with you there is forgiveness, therefore you are feared. Feared as in awesome respect, not scared.
The third thing I would teach my grandchildren is this. You're going to spend a lot of time waiting for God to answer your prayers. And that is an aspect of faith. Faith is the ability to wait patiently for God. And it says in this psalm,
I wait for the Lord, my soul waits, and in his word I hope. My soul waits for the Lord, more than watchmen for the morning, more than watchmen for the morning.
we all remember Abraham, and his biggest mistake was he wasn't prepared to wait for God's timing. He tried to be the answer to his own prayer. Do you remember that story, Elizabeth?
Yes, laying with young Hagar, the servant girl, instead of waiting for God to answer his promise by providing a child to him and his wife Sarah in their very old age.
And he kicked out his mistress with his own son, didn't even give him child support. Point 4, keep hope alive. I can't stress that. That is so important.
Yes. O Israel, put your hope in the Lord, for with the Lord is unfailing love, and with him is full redemption.
Now, this was brought up on Star Trek, Picard. You know, they've ruined Star Trek, haven't they?
Oh, it's far too complicated
What
now.
sort of a captain talks about the existential pain of living with the consciousness of death? That's the book he's got in his hand. It's a book of French philosophy. What's the point of flying between the stars and seeing all the wonders of creation and then just lying down in the dust of death? It's utterly, utterly meaningless. We don't have that hope.
No, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up.
This brings me to my conclusion. This is a psalm. People used to walk together and sing it. It would have been easy to sing as you climbed Mount Zion towards the temple of God. And in this difficult time, we can fill our homes with psalms, with hymns, with spiritual songs, so that the boredom and a little bit of anxiety doesn't creep into our lives. This is Jeffrey.
And Elizabeth,
We hope you
sing.
have a great day.
Yes, and sing and make music from your heart to the Lord.